it's intimidating and it's confusing. So I guess, but I think it's like anything else. You know, the ERP landscape 30 years ago might have looked like this, right? This is just the next ERP thing. So Milton, I'd be interested to get your thoughts on, you know, where do you start to see a little bit of a shakeout, right? Over, I don't know, whether it's the next couple of years, what, you know, where do you start to see some consolidation in, you know, in one of these areas?
Yeah, I mean, this is really interesting because it's really a technology landscape, right? And you look at any of these companies, and you know, some of these guys a couple of years ago didn't even exist, right? And it's amazing, you know, to see intel in a bunch of these different areas. But you know, I think what happens is you start to see some folks that maybe not the numbers don't shake out, but you start to see some folks that take the lead in certain areas. So like, you know, you've got funding and things over here. Everybody's probably heard of Kickstarter and Indiegogo and things like that. But you can pick certain areas here where, you know, there are folks that you know are the leaders in this space, and the 1 and 2 and maybe 1 and 2 and 3 UAVs, DJI and Unique, and some of these folks start to stick out. But there's tons of technology. You can zoom into UAVs, and there's tons of companies in there that are doing different pieces of that, right? And so, you know, maybe it doesn't necessarily shake out. You've got folks like Drone Code and Airwave, and folks that are doing really interesting stuff that are specific to, you know, maybe agriculture, that are specific to, you know, kind of landscape measurements and map making in different areas. So it's so, you know, we had this term, I was talking to someone not too long ago, but we were talking about hyper segmentation of technology, and where you got such fine spaces that people are doing things in such niche areas that they may be the huge part in this niche within drones, and you've got a bunch of different niches within there. And so, you know, we were talking the other day about startups. How do startups, you know, when they look at this and they say, hey, we're going to throw a dart here, and this is where we're going to, you know, we're going to focus on. But there's this, they need to focus in an area that they can kind of go drive some innovation and not try to kind of consume the whole elephant here. And, you know, to be honest with you, I think the technology's changing so fast, it doesn't necessarily shake out. You're just going to see hyper segmentation in a lot of these areas.